In this unit, you are going to see several conversations. At the beginning of this unit, you saw a conversation between actors. These actors memorize their words. But throughout the rest of this unit, you are also going to see and hear real conversations. For these real conversations, there were no scripts and there were no rehearsals. Use these conversations and their exercises to improve your listening skills and your writing skills. Some of the discussions apply the vocabulary that you are learning for this unit. But two of the conversations, including the conversation that you are going to watch now, continue the theme for this unit. That theme is adventure. Pause this video and read the section called Preview of the Conversation with Matthew Weathers in the Complete Course Guide. Recently, we've had a focus at OnTargetEnglish.com on adventure and learning English as an adventure. Now, a lot of times when we think about adventure, we think about going places. Before we talk about learning English as an adventure, I understand that you're someone who likes to travel.
Yes, sir.
Yeah? So you've been to China, and you've been to many places in China. And often, what is it about traveling that is especially appealing for you, or something that you enjoy doing?
Well, just the word you used, adventure. I love adventure. I love traveling. I love extreme sports like snowboarding,
Really?
mountain
I
biking,
didn't know that.
cycling. In fact, this week I'll leave in 3 days to return to Asia. I'll go to Singapore, then I'll be in Thailand, Cambodia, the Philippines, and some other places.
Wow, I had no idea.
This week. I love travel. I love the adventure involved in that.
Okay. When you think about adventure, sometimes I think about new discoveries, or maybe even a little bit of difficulty, a little bit of challenge. How might someone approach learning English as an adventure?
Anything difficult can often be viewed as an adventure. For example, a few years ago, I was in New Zealand, and my friends and I, we were hiking up a mountain, and there was snow, it was cold, we were hiking through the snow, it was difficult, and it became very dark. But we had to continue to the top of the mountain. That was our end goal, and it was a very big adventure. But we could not always look at our end goal. We had to look down where we were going to focus on the next step in front of us. And I would say for learning English, if you look at the end goal of being fluent in a language, sometimes it's very overwhelming, it's very difficult to think about. And maybe you will think, there is no way I can be fluent and reach that goal. Well, I would encourage you as you're learning English, don't always think about being fluent. Think about the next step in front of you. And just as an adventure hiking up a snowy mountain, you have to focus on the next step. Also with learning a language, focus on the next step, maybe the next vocabulary word, maybe the next grammatical concept, and just focus on the small things one at a time. And eventually, one day, you will reach fluency, your final goal.
These are great suggestions. Now, I got to know, you mentioned that you were hiking up the mountain. It was getting dark. Did you get to the top?
We made it to
Okay,
the top.
good. Glad to hear that.
And at the top, we were able to make a fire, to cook food, and enjoy a wonderful time together.
And that was all on the same day, the same night? Okay, great. So there's an example of success with an adventure. And I hope that you will have success with your own adventure of learning English and all of your other goals that you have. Certainly the reason that you're watching this video is that you want to improve in learning English. And these have been great suggestions that we've heard today, and I hope that our learners will be able to take many of them and apply them.
I hope so too, and thank you for the opportunity. I've enjoyed interacting and giving advice for learning English. I know it's difficult, but continue working on the small things, and one day I believe you will be able to be fluent in English.
Thank you very much, Matthew Weathers, for visiting us today.
You're welcome. Thank you.
To test your listening, answer a question about this conversation in the Complete Course Guide. See the section called Test Your Listening about the conversation with Matthew Weathers.